From translation powers, something I'd wish to have, to breakups and interviews, lots of them. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts, the series where I talk about facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 75. Number 5. As you know, while Gensokyo can be a cool, interesting, and unique place, it's no doubt a danger to us humans, especially those from the outside world. Even with those dangers being very clear, some people don't give a fuck about it. Sanae thought yokai hunting was fun, clearly a sign of someone from the outside world. It appears that this is a common trait with the outside world people. In Alternative Facts in Eastern Utopia, Aya is interviewing Sumiriko. One of the many things to note from this interview was that when told by Aya that Gensokyo is dangerous for humans due to them being considered as food, Sumiriko responded excitedly and commented like it's a video game, and that the thrill is great. You see, if that were me, I'd tell Aya this: fuck that shit, I'm bouncing out of here. My response could be due to me not having powers like Sumiriko, but the idea of having to deal with yokais who want to eat me sounds like more of a hassle than anything else, but that could just be me. Number 4. If you remember the last episode, there was a fact regarding spell cards and how one of them was referencing Stephen Hawking's. Well, I'm back with another spell card reference. This one's going to be about Kaguya's spell card, Divine Treasure, Life Spring Infinity. Let me show you what it's like first. Now that you know what it looks like, let's review its comment. The spring of life that never depletes. Perhaps this is the most wanted treasure in Japan, not the jewels of Horai, as the birth rate is getting lower and lower. In case you didn't know, Japan has a big issue when it comes to birth rate. Now that was in the hard mode, let's look at lunatic mode. As low as fertility goes, there'll be even less video game players in the future. I want to make a game that is not only for children, but something everyone can enjoy from their heart, someday. Oh, Zune, I can always count on you to make fun of stuff, from Chiruno to Japan's birth rate. Let's hope there's enough people in Japan left to experience Touhou, or else we won't be getting some cool stuff from them. Number 3. As you guys might be aware of, the Prism River Sisters are a band. This band is called the Prism River Ensemble. Now, would you believe me if I told you this band have broken up? For those doubters, I have proof. In Alternative Facts, an article is written that the three sisters have broken up the band. The Prism River Sisters band have broken up due to creative differences, to the shock of people. There were speculations that Yuriko is going to employ them, Lyrica wants to go solo, or they're being pressured by the Hakare Shrine to break up. You know what? The last part doesn't even surprise me. Now this was a big shocker when I first learned of it. I was like, holy shit, was not expecting that. Anyway, there is good news however. We learned that they reformed after 3 days. I don't know about you, but that's short as fuck. Not only that, during their reformation concert, it was shown that they had a 4th member, Raiko. When Raiko's with the sisters, she's thinking about changing the name to the Hori River Ensemble. I probably just butchered that. In case you didn't know, Hori River is a portmanteau of Horikawa, which is Raiko's last name, and Prism River, the sister's last name. From breakups to reforming and adding a drummer into the mix. Definitely an emotional ride for a bloody article, that's for sure. Number 2. We've been getting a lot of facts with Aya involved. This one will be of no exception. So Aya realizes that the moon has exploded late one midwinter night and goes to interview the person responsible, Suika. Suika is drunk, but she manages to tell Aya that she did it as a threat to all those who were partying, reminding of Onis by shattering the sky, a proof their awesome strength by splitting the sky apart so easily to blow up the moon. I don't know about you guys, but does she sound like one of those people who take tons of photos of themselves working out, flexing their muscles, or supposed ones anyway, and posting them on social media for attention? I swear I'm getting those vibes from her. Anyway, during the follow interview, Suika challenges Aya to a drinking match even as she asks her for sake. Aya seems to accept and invites Suika to drink with her at a nearby food cart, with hilarious results as Suika talks about silencing the poor owner. Damn, Suika! Leave poor Misty alone, the girl's just trying to do her job. Even if her singing can be annoying. Aya then mentions her surprise at Suika and the Onis coming back. Suika responds that she is the only one and she's come back only for a while. She also tells Aya how sad she is that the Tengu have lost most of their influence. Suika finishes by accusing the Tengu of not showing their strength, and Aya ends the discussion by inviting Suika to drink about gathering news for her. Well, if I somehow had to make bloody food for Suika, remind me not to sing, or else I'll get an Oni beatdown. Number 1. So, with Forbidden completed, it couldn't hurt to talk a bit more about Kozuzu, especially when it comes to her ability, one I want the most to be honest. So Kozuzu's ability is deciphering books by only touching them. At the beginning of Forbidden, Kozuzu had recently gained the ability to decipher any sort of text, no matter what language it is written in, just by touching it, which is really handy. Can you imagine all the manga works I could read if I had this? Oh wait, I need to touch the books. Fuck! There goes that idea. Anyway, it seems that her ability had seemed to be grown as she was soon able to read yokai auras. By chapter 16 of Forbidden Scholarly, Kozuzu's deciphering ability had improved to the point where she could read between the lines by sensing the energies and emotions imprinted in writing, allowing her to detect demon books and helping her to distinguish real text from forgeries. A Q theorized that Kozuzu gained this ability from prolonged exposure to demon books. It's understandable. Spending a lot of times with Yoma books could have its side effects, this being one of them. While she can decipher any books, there are some limitations to this ability however. Although Kozuzu has the ability to read anything, if the text is flipped, it'll be unrecognized, meaning it's indecipherable to her. This was shown in Forbidden chapter 28. Kozuzu had received some wood blocks from Midori for an order. Upon touching it, Kozuzu realized she couldn't read it. Only when inspecting it further did she notice that the text was mirrored. I mean, so long as what you're reading isn't mirrored or flipped, then it should be good to go. Regardless of not being able to read manga through my computer, I'd still like to have it. It would be cool to decipher other languages. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which facts were your favorite? If you were interviewed by Aya, would your response be similar to Sumi Riko's about it being exciting? Or me and say, fuck this shit, I'm out of here? Were you surprised that the sisters band had broken up? And even more so when you learned that they had reformed in 3 days, plus adding Raiko into the addition? Or would you be down to have Kozuzu's ability, even with the small downside it has? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Suika might come to my place and ask me to eat. And I'm not for sure how the hell I'd be able to respond to that. Either way, this is Magi and thanks again for watching.